And the fact is, this was the future of the Thunder before it was the future of the Warriors. Let me take you back a decade ago. Because in 2007, the then Supersonics drafted Kevin Durant with the second overall pick. The first overall pick, Greg Oden. So they absolutely nail Kevin Durant in 07. Okay? They, of course, moved the franchise to Oklahoma City after just 1 year in Seattle with Kevin Durant. The next year, with their first pick, they get Russell Westbrook, number 4 overall. And then later in the first round, they take Serge Ibaka. So in 2 drafts with 3 first-round picks, they have Durant, Westbrook, Ibaka. The year after that, they have the number 3 pick overall in 09. They take James Harden. The fact of the matter is, 8 years ago, the future of the Warriors now was the future of the Thunder then. But what happened? Ownership didn't want to spend the money to keep them all together. Now, it was a little bit different, I will totally admit, because you've got a ball-dominant Russell Westbrook and a ball-dominant James Harden and a ball-dominant Kevin Durant, and you go, how does this all fit together? But if you are the Thunder and you are that ownership, think about it. They went to the NBA Finals in 2011 and lost to LeBron and the Heat. And that's when Harden left and it all kind of went askew. And guess what? I mean, even just Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka had a couple of years there where they could have been champions. There was the injury to Durant. That derailed that year. There was the injury to Russell Westbrook. That derailed another year. There was an injury to Serge Ibaka. They made the Western Conference Finals a couple of times. They fell short. So they got to the Western Conference Finals a couple of times and lost. They got to the NBA Finals and lost. And they had years derailed by massive injuries to all of those important guys. But this Warriors ownership says, we'll spend the money to keep this thing together. We'll spend the money in the luxury tax because we want to win. And Oklahoma City could have done that. Now, Kevin Durant today is better than Kevin Durant was then. Smarter, better player. Steph Curry today is a better player than, say, Russell Westbrook in his rookie season because of experience. And, you know, had you put Draymond and Clay and Steph and KD together as rookies, I'm not saying they win 3 straight championships. I think it takes seasoning. It takes understanding. I mean, before Steve Kerr got here or got to the Warriors, they didn't win a championship. They had Mark Jackson, and they had the same team and fell short in the playoffs. So it takes seasoning. It takes experience. It takes the right leadership. But had Oklahoma City maybe won a championship early, let's say they beat that Heat team in 2011. Maybe ownership goes, we got to keep this thing together. So let's pay the money for James Harden. Let's spend the money to keep all these guys together. And if they win a title together early, does James Harden want to leave? Does Kevin Durant ever leave? You know, you've got Russell Westbrook now there, and he's the next guy that I hope is able to win a championship because I love watching him play. He gives his heart and soul to the game. He's not a perfect player, but he's absolutely deserving of having a championship moment one day. But you could only imagine what would have happened had they broken through and won a title one of those years together and then been together and seen what it took and stayed together. And ownership wanted to keep it together because there's a core 4 in Warriors land right now, and everybody's dancing and having a great time and celebrating this next decade of dominance. Yeah, well, you know what? You guys are just Oklahoma City after Oklahoma City didn't do it. It's the sad truth. You know? It's the sad truth. They fit together great at Golden State. They fit together great because there's not necessarily a ball-dominant guy. And you have 2 shooters that can catch and release or shoot off the dribble, and so it doesn't take them having to bring it down the floor and decide what to do and pass here but need the ball back. You know, they can just catch and fire, get their points, get their shots, and feel good about it. But we should have been talking about this Warriors window with the Thunder 5 years ago. And then how karma works, I guess, Kevin Durant leaves that to join the Thunder or to join the Warriors and maybe sink Oklahoma City forever and create this window with Golden State.